Alright, so you may or may not have seen movie reviews on YouTube. Some of them are critical analysis and others are just for humor and comedy. Well, I've actually decided to try one. And I know most people like to see YouTubers completely roast shows that are done by celebrities and TikTokers, but I'm gonna try to immerse myself in the world of Attaway General, which is the name of the show that we're gonna be looking at in today's video. And you can tell it's a good show when the top comment is, "Guys, stop commenting about how cringy it is. I have to keep liking all of them." And the main protagonist of this show is actually Dixie DAmelio, who, if you dare know, is Charli D'Amelio's sister. They pretty much look identical, except Dixie has a more chiseled jawline and a butt chin. In the intro, we're shown these 4 teenagers volunteering in a hospital who are being introduced by this woman.
The Teen Volunteer, or TV program, is what you make of it. The more you prove yourself, the more rewarding your time will be.
When will we get to observe in the ER?
The ER is usually reserved for third-year TVs. As first-year TVs, you guys will be on pediatrics. You'll help with clerical work, transpo, keeping patients company. Yes.
And just from the first 2 seconds, you can tell the kind of people these kids are. Georgia, or Dixie, has a pretty bad attitude towards literally everything. Then there's the girl who's excited for absolutely no reason.
Keeping patients company. Yes.
The kid who just simply does not want to be there and also looks like literally every boy on TikTok. And then there's a girl who has a notebook. For some reason, I don't know, I don't get it, man. And I know this is really picky, but in the intro, it shows one of the kids helping a guy who seems to be dying. And just a quick unpopular opinion, it probably isn't the smartest idea to put someone's life in the hands of some kids who've literally been in the hospital for about 2 seconds. But maybe this happens later in the show when their brains have expanded and character development or something. I really don't know. And then in the next scene, Georgia and the girl who still hasn't been named have an argument about brains and doctors or something.
Well, I can see why they call this room the shed.
Come on, the faster we finish, the faster we can go do something real.
We've been here 5 seconds.
Studies show we form lasting impressions about others within seconds of meeting. So I can't be with you in a closet when I meet Dr. Henry. He's the most brilliant surgeon in the state.
Unfortunately, he doesn't have the same accolades as a father.
Seriously? You're his daughter? You're so lucky and you don't even know it.
You're giving me the impression I don't want to be in the same room as you.
Well, that's mutual.
If you're so advanced, why don't you go scrub in? Leave me be.
Maybe I will.
Fast forward a couple of minutes, Jack, who's the guy who looks like he makes TikToks, is explaining to this other girl why he was in prison.
So, why did you volunteer to work in a hospital?
I got arrested. Beats juvie. What about you?
I just love to help people.
For real?
And then he forces some kid to eat some kind of drug.
Come on, dude. You're the last one. You have to eat. Hey, don't ignore me.
Hey, Jack, maybe try a gentler approach.
And after the kid denies it and says no, and after the girl tells him to have a more gentle approach, he snatches the kid's sweets.
Hey, that's mine!
Eat your food.
What are you doing? You can't just force him. Here, let me try.
Do you guys get the joke? Because it's from jail, and jail people are retarded. And then it cuts to a shot of Georgia sleeping in a shed, alone. Interesting way to spend your time. Like, I'm surprised she wasn't like making TikToks or something. And then some random guy walks in, and she decides to defend herself with a spray bottle.
What are you doing?
Oh.
Don't come any closer.
Okay. And then the guy corners her and then leaves Georgia with a smile on her face.
You're new TV, aren't you?
Nicely done, Sherlock. Now what are you doing? Do you always sneak up on people when they're sleeping?
Actually, I had a reason to be in here. Some of us have work.
Am I supposed to congratulate you?
If you want to.
It's showtime!
And I don't know, I could be wrong. I could have amnesia or something. But I swear these two have pretty much never met, or the guy has never been introduced. But for whatever reason, Georgia suddenly decided, yeah, now I actually care about this internship volunteer thing, and then she starts helping out.
Oh, here they are.
And remember that girl that Georgia was arguing with? She was actually introduced. Yeah, I lied. This is it's so sad, I know. But she's called Kit, like Med Kit. I don't know.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Hello. Hey, do you work here?
Sure do. What do you need?
My doctor. She took me back here forever ago, and she hasn't come back yet.
Sorry, but it's really busy right now. There's been a huge accident.
I know. I was in it.
Oh, that must have been...
Yeah, I got pretty lucky. I'm just I'm a little worried right now because I'm losing a lot of blood. And my favorite sweatshirt.
You should be fine to wait a little. If you hit an artery, you would have passed out by now.
That's comforting.
Use this instead. Lots of pressure. And soak it in cold water. The sweatshirt.
Oh, thanks. I'm Holden.
Kit.
But the scene was boring, so I didn't talk about it. And remember the kid who refused to eat his peas or whatever? Well, Georgia came in with this doll and suddenly the kid really wants to eat his peas. I don't understand. I could be wrong, but I don't think kids just completely 180 because they're given a piece of plastic.
Ho, ho, ho! Give it up for Mrs. Claus! What happened to you guys?
We've had to deal with a demon. We can't leave until he eats, but we've tried everything. Everything.
I got this. Pick your poison.
That one.
Excellent choice, and you can have her. But first...
You've got to be kidding me.
Thank you.
You earned it, kid.
And then they do this like group walking scene where they all talk about how happy they are. Kid talks about how she saved a guy's life despite the fact that she didn't.
The adrenaline was amazing. So first I stuck into the ER and there was this boy. He was bleeding everywhere. So I saved his life.
The guy's arm was cut open and she put a band-aid on top of it. And that's it. She didn't even clean the wound or anything. She just put a band-aid and then boom, life saved. And once again, I could be wrong, but I don't think the guy's life was on the line because he has a cut on his arm. Then the other guys talk about the day.
And then Dr. Henry called me over out of all the nurses in the ER to help save this girl with third-degree burns.
And then the woman comes out of literally nowhere, throws coats at them, and then they act like they've never seen clothing in their life. Like,
Crazy.
While you guys are patting yourselves on the back, your patients are still in critical condition. Don't ever forget why you're here. But despite a few hiccups, you guys survived. Next week, try to be a little more professional. These will help.
Wow, this is so cool. You think we have to wear these every day?
I really hope so.
It has my name on it.
you guys make more money than my mom, dad, and aunt combined. And they're for some reason surprised by paramedic coats.
Wow, this is so cool.
And after that, the episode just kind of ends. It puts a little teaser thing for next time on Attaway General. But overall, I'll rate it about like a 5 out of 10. And that's because I can see that they put a lot of money into this, so I can't exactly hate on it. But the comments, Jesus Christ, the comments. This is so bad. And people actually enjoy this. Doesn't matter. They only like it because the idols are stamped on it and because it's trendy. It's just garbage. Who told TikTokers they could act? This show is terrible. They must be buying likes and good comments, although I don't see many. This is why you guys need to stop telling TikTokers they can act. Who's telling TikTokers they can act? But people are acting like this is like some kind of super rare, never heard of before thing. Have you ever watched Logan Paul's movie, Airplane Mode? If you haven't, good. Because it's pretty much exactly the same, except they just put in a bunch of viners and dead memes.
Hide your knives, hide your drugs, and hide your liquors, cause we searching everybody around here.
I'm gonna break you like a new pair of sneakers, Vans, damn Daniel.
An incredible chain of events has led to the rescue.
I love my wife dearly.
But the episode just completely ends because it's only 9 minutes long, which is kind of shocking. But I took a quick look at the next episode, and Kit is talking to Holden, and then he just dies.
I gotta go.
Snake, are you okay? Snake? Snake!
And then Georgia goes to the closet with this Will guy or Peter Griffin, I don't know his name. And then she shows off her acting skills.
Nerd or stud?
Nerd.
Smart is the new sexy. I read that somewhere.
Oh, you read too? I'm impressed.
And then she gets really close to kissing him, and then she just leaves him there.
Instruction manuals.
Later, teacher's pet.
And then there was apparently a fight in a school between some skinny guy and some big guy. Apparently one of them is a bully. And can you guess who's a bully? It's a skinny guy. What a plot twist. Anyway, he tries to kill him or something.
If you hadn't snitched, I'd still be on the lacrosse team. I should have hit you harder.
Hey, enough! What is it with you kids? You can't follow the simplest instructions. He said he needed the restroom.
And I was only gone for a minute.
You're supposed to protect your patient kid, not abandon him.
Why does he need protecting?
Because Davy's not the bully.
And then Kid finds out the boy that she's been talking to for about 1 day has died or something.
Back.
And then she just kind of cries there with absolutely no emotion on her face. And then Kit goes to the main desk to ask what happened to her deceased friend. And apparently the lady at the counter will only be nice to you if you give her chocolates. Like, that's one way to put yourself in a diabetic coma.
Holden has a severe heart condition that was undiagnosed. Lucky he was at the hospital.
Is he gonna be okay?
It's not a good prognosis, but he's at Attaway General getting the best care there is.
Thank you.
And then Georgia talks to her dad, and apparently her mom ran away or something. Doesn't matter, because we never hear about that ever again in the other episodes.
Oh hey, your mom texted she's not gonna be able to see you next weekend.
I think that's just one of the stuff that they put into the show just for no reason. And this isn't the first time they've done it. When the kids were first being introduced, some Indian lady took them into this room and showed them like this tea kettle thing, and they for some reason named it, and it has eyes. I don't know why. It never came back up ever again. I don't know if that's meant to be funny. I don't get it. I can't find the funny.
This is Franklin. He's a little temperamental, so gotta make sure you clean him out nightly.
Shouldn't we be doing more than learning how to make coffee?
And I don't think I'll rate this episode because it's so dead. But out of pity, I'm gonna give them an extra 0.3. So now you have a 5.3 out of 10, which is actually pretty generous. So that's gonna be it for today's video. I might look at the other 3 episodes in a different video. I don't know if they're gonna be better or worse, but either way, subscribe and I'll see you in the next video.
Make that bitch fall in love. Like, we don't gotta talk, we don't discuss. That's my little shorty.